So the first thing you're gonna have to do is put your, quote, brining liquid on the stove. Now I've already done that, but here's the easy part. All you have to do is remember one, okay? 1 part vinegar, 1 part water, so it's all one, but we'll go through. You can use any kind of vinegar you have. If you have white vinegar, if you have apple cider vinegar, whatever vinegar you have. Here's what I used. I didn't realize that the white vinegar was almost empty. So I used half white vinegar and half apple cider vinegar. Although this was full when I started. Okay, so half and half. And your liquid, so that's 1 cup of vinegar. And then same with water. So it's a 1-to-1. 1 cup vinegar, whatever kind, whatever mixture. You can mix them together. The only thing don't use like those like condensed vinegars, like balsamic or, something that's a little thicker or older, right? Hey, Jessica, good morning. All right, so 1 cup of vinegar or whatever mixture you have, 1 cup of water. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you have 2 cups of liquid, right? You're gonna have to do a little math because I don't know what kind of jars you're gonna get. I don't know how big your jars are gonna be. So mine are 8 ounces. 8 ounces is 1 cup. So that means with one mixture of 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of water, I can do 2 of these, okay? I have 12. So I need 12 cups of liquid. So I did 6 cups of vinegar and 6 cups of water. You get to see how that works? Depends on if your jars are 2 cups and you do 1 cup of vinegar and 1 cup of water, you get 1 jar. See how that works? You got that? Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're doing a little math. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Cindy. You are so good that you could be an attorney. Yeah, trial attorney days are long ago. I don't want to go back anytime soon. Okay, that being said, I have 12 jars that are each 1 cup. So I did 6 cups of vinegar. I did half and half. 6 cups of water. Now, the other 2 ones that you need to know about is if you did 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of water, you need 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. Now, is it important that you use kosher salt? I don't know. But every recipe, and I looked at about 20 of them, every recipe that I looked at said kosher salt. So if I were you, I'd go buy the kosher salt. And then you're gonna need 1 tablespoon of sugar. Sugar, I say. Now, if you want it a little sweeter, you can add more sugar, but really the sugar kind of cuts a little bit of the sour, okay? So that's why it's there. All right, so because I needed 12 cups of liquid, I have 12 cups of liquid because of my 6 cups of vinegar, 6 cups of water. I used 12 tablespoons of kosher salt and 12 tablespoons of sugar. See how all that works? And I could have made it so that it was something else, but I didn't. Good morning, my little friend Larissa, my little baby daughter, my Texas daughter. Larissa is pregos, and she's going through that time where everything makes you sick to your stomach. So everybody send Larissa a heart or tell her you love her because this is the hard part of the pregnancy when everything makes you sick. Good morning, Joanne. Okay, so bring that to a boil. Bring your liquid, your 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then whatever multiplication you need to do to fill your jars, right? Bring that to a boil. That's what you want to do. Really, you're not cooking it. You just want to make sure that the salt and the sugar dissolve so that it's all liquid. Can you do that? Yeah, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy, and that's pretty quick. Now, while that's coming to a boil, we need to prepare our jars, right? All I did was wash them. That's it. They're washed. That's it. Remember I told you my tale of woe about a list of ingredients this long, my arm long? I'm not doing that. And quite frankly, they would give me suggestions like, use marjoram or use this. And I'm like, I don't even know how that tastes. So I didn't want to buy a bunch of stuff, right? No, I'm not doing anything with meat today, baby. You're okay. You're okay. so I saw this. Remember, if I can find you something that will save you time, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Mixed Pickling Spice. Now this is the Kroger brand, the store brand, but I'm sure that there's somebody else that have this. Mixed Pickling Spice. Now, what does it have in it? It has a whole lot of the things. Hey Shannon, happy birthday Shannon. Everybody say happy birthday Shannon. Good morning Janice. Hey Sue. Okay, so this is what is in Mixed Pickling Spice. Let me see. Mustard seed, which I couldn't find. Cinnamon. Really? Cinnamon? Yes. Because remember, even though we think of cinnamon as sweet, right, because it's a lot of holiday things, and we think of cinnamon and sugar, but cinnamon has got a bite to it, and it's really good in savory dishes. Ginger. Ginger is very pungent. Bay leaves. Red pepper, because we got to have a little zing. Caraway. Do you remember when last time we used the caraway? I used caraway seeds when we made the sauerkraut, because I made Bavarian sauerkraut. Good morning, Julie. Allspice. Here's my joke. If there is something called allspice, why do we need all the rest of them? Sorry, I forgot to turn off the... Although, I don't know. You should help me. I do the do not disturb, and yet I am disturbed. I am disturbed, I tell you. Okay, where were we? Allspice. Because if all spices exist, why do we need the rest? Coriander, which I actually bought. Coriander, which is cilantro, remember? And black pepper and clove. Clove. The only time I use whole cloves is like in the ham. And once I made orange and stuffed the cloves in there to make an air freshener with the kids. It was a kids project. So anyway, caraway in place of dill. There you go. Okay, so I bought this. And I'm going to suggest to you, instead of spending, because these are like $5 or $6 a piece, these are not cheap. This was $5 all by itself. So that's much cheaper. So I'm going to suggest to you, if you're going to try this, just buy Mixed Pickling Spice. Easy peasy. That's what we're going to do. Okay? Hello, Philip Pirtle. You just called me and interrupted my show. But I love you anyway. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you. Hello, Mary Beth. Good to see you. All right. So, Mixed Pickling Spice. Then we're going to start loading up our jars. Okay. I like garlic. And you guys know I like garlic. I don't think I just like garlic. I love garlic. Good morning, Beth. So I put garlic, and quite frankly, some of them have roasted garlic in them, but I ran out. So here, I need to roast some more garlic. So I just opened up a big old head of garlic. Let me pull it out just so you can see. Trust me that it's garlic, right? And then put the raw one in there. You can give it a little smash first so some of the yumminess will be released, right? Good morning, Pat. Good to see you. All right. So, garlic, either raw or roasted. Or you don't like garlic, you don't have to. If you're just arriving, you missed, where did the hat go? Oh, the hat disappeared. I had my salt shaker hat on. Oh, here it is on the floor. So there you go. All right. Those of you who missed, there's the lid. See? Salt shaker. Lost shaker of salt. There we go. Okay, I've sang again. Making a moron, an idiot of myself. Okay. So we put in our garlic if you want to. And then I put in a teaspoon of pickling liquid. Now, why did I do a teaspoon? Because remember, I'm only doing 1 cup. These little jars are 1 cup. If you're doing a 2 cup, then I want you to do 2 tablespoons. Okay, so it's 1 tablespoon per cup. Because remember, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of pickling liquid. And you can put 1 garlic clove in there if you so desire. Now, some of these, let's start with the traditional ones, okay? Because I chopped up a ton of veggies, right? So I just chopped up a whole bunch of stuff. And so let's start with the normal one, pickles, right? So cucumbers. You can use a regular cucumber that you have peeled. I used an English cucumber because I wanted the green on the outside and it's not too seedy. And so you could do round. I already did one round. Okay, so you see how that looks in there? But I decided on the next jar that I would cut them up in half moons. Okay, so all we have is garlic and pickling spice in there. So now I'm just dropping in my cucumbers. Do you see how fast and easy this could be? Now this one is gonna be for Philip, okay? So now, here, I don't wanna touch my eyes, jalapeno. I cut up jalapeno and I'm gonna put 2 big old slices of jalapeno in there, pepper. I seeded it, right? Took out the stuff, and then those are slices that I'm putting in. All right, so I'm gonna fill the cucumbers in here, but I also wanna put some dill, because dill, what are cucumbers, spicy cucumbers without some dill in there? I'm gonna shove that down in there. Hold on. Now you need, look where these are. You need that much. You need about, let's say ½ inch to the top, because you gotta pour liquid in here. It may go down just a little bit, and I could probably shove 1 or 2 more in there, okay? But these are little bitty jars. So there you go. So there's our pickles, all right? I'm gonna set these aside. The next one I did for my youngest daughter because she loves asparagus. Asparagus? Pickled asparagus? Yes. Hello, Kelly. Good morning. So look, this is asparagus. I only bought 1 bunch of asparagus. And quite frankly, I wasted a whole bunch of it. I'll probably use this for a soup stock because it was this long. The asparagus was this long. But the jars are this small. So I just cut it to fit into the jar. So this will have to go into a soup stock because I don't want to waste. And I just put those in there in the bottom. Again, see the garlic? And then there's pickling spice. That's it, okay? We're gonna put that aside. The next one we're gonna do is carrots. Now I'm gonna put the jalapeno in the carrots too. Have you ever been to the Mexican restaurant and they have the little container and in it is pickled carrots and some other things to put on your tacos, and they're like, whoa, they're very spicy. There's like all kinds of peppers in there. I thought, what a grand idea. So I have these fun carrots. Look at these fun carrots. Purple, we used them the other day. They're little bitty and they came in different colors, right? So white and yellow. See, look at that. Purple, orange, kind of cream, and bright yellow. So if they were big, see this one was big. I'll show you. See, this one was big. If I put it together, that was a big carrot. So I just cut it in half. And if they were small, like that baby, I just left it alone, okay? So now we're gonna do, I have garlic and everything, tablespoon or teaspoon of pickling spice, and now I'm gonna put my carrots in there. Carrots, I'm gonna put some carrots in, and then I'm gonna put the jalapeno in there. I'm just gonna put 1. 1? No, putting 2. 2 jalapenos, okay. And then the rest of my carrots. I'm not gonna put dill in here because I kind of want this to be a little bit more Mexican-y than dill-y. Dill-y, is that a word? Dilly. A dilly, like a dilly bar. That's a word. Okay, all right, so there's my carrots. Pretty, huh? Purple, yellow. Won't that be pretty sitting on your table with dinner? Okay, so there's that one. What's next? Radishes. Remember I bought those pretty radishes the other day when we made dips? I know, Sandy, yummy pickles. So today I'm gonna do the radishes. Again, see the garlic and the pickling spice. And then I just took some radishes and sliced them up, okay? So you can see about how thin. I sliced these thinner than I did the cucumbers just because, you know, they're pungent all by themselves. So I'm just gonna dump all these in here. You know what, I may put a few, I did some onions. I may put a few onions in there. Again, wholly up to you and based on what flavors you like, okay? And I encourage you to experiment because this is not an expensive thing to try. Because really, vinegar and water, salt and sugar, come on, you can do this. Okay, so there we go. There is our radishes. The next one, you gotta laugh with me. Come on, I'm wearing an idiotic salt shaker costume. And now, I bought these little baby peppers. Look at these, the little bell peppers, little baby ones, little baby peppers. I got these so that I could say, and I cut them up. See, I took that off, took the seeds out, and I just sliced them like this, okay? Little peppers. So that I could say, Pirtle picked a peck of pickled peppers. Come on, that was funny. Give me some laughs, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up. Pirtle picked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, so in we go. In go the pickled peppers. Pirtle Piper picked. I don't know. Okay, just shoving them in there. And it doesn't have to be pretty. You could do pretty. You know, some of those pickles are all layered. But I want all these in here because I don't want to waste any of these. Okay, there we go. So they're in there. Ta-da! And last but not least, I'm just going to do some onions. Now, if you have red onions, that would probably be a good thing. But pickled onion, but I didn't. I have a yellow onion, and so that's what I'm using. Pickled onions are wonderful to use. I know that probably the most of the time you think of pickled onions only maybe on a taco, but pickled onions are wonderful on a hamburger or a hot dog. I mean, it's very good. Okay, so there we go. Pickled onions in there. All right, so that's only 11 here, because I have a 12th. So I'm gonna shove the rest of this dill that I have. When I went to the grocery store, there was one package of dill. One package of dill. How can there be only one package of dill? There was no other fresh dill to be had. Okay, I'm putting the rest of the cukes in there. Oh, and some onions. See, you can put whatever your little heart desires. Onions and cucumbers and jalapenos. And dill. And there we go. Okay, shove, go down in there, go. Okay, so that's all they are. Oof, we're done. Now, what are we gonna do with that? Let me move this so I've got some room. And I'm gonna bring the pot. I'm gonna move the cutting board and I'm gonna bring the pot. The pot is hot. Be careful. Now, oh, the vinegar is very strong. Oh, don't inhale too much. Wah, wah, clean out the sinuses. Goodness, okay. Yes, Bess, on a relish tray. Okay, so it's very hot and the vinegar is very pungent. I have to remember not to inhale deeply. I have to take shallow breaths. Now, most recipes will tell you, because this is hot, you gotta be careful. It's not something you want the kids to do. To use a funnel, to put a funnel over here and then to pour the liquid in. I would still, if I put a funnel on this and then tipped my pot, I would still make a huge mess. So here's what I'm doing. I'm using my measuring cup because it has a pour spout on it, and I'm just gonna dip in and get the liquid out. You see how I did that? And then we're gonna pour. So this is just the onions. We're gonna pour it. There we go, almost to the top, okay? To the bottom ring is what we're gonna do. Now, you're gonna have to use a spoon or your finger and push down because the big thing is everybody needs to be in the party. Everybody needs to be in the liquid. Oh, I'm inhaling again. So push them down so that they're all in the liquid. While it's still hot, you're gonna take your lid, put the lid on there. It's very hot. It's very hot, I tell you. Okay, seal it up. There we go. We've got our pickled onions, and we're gonna put those aside. Now we'll go to the next one. See, I have a bunch. This is the one that I just threw in cucumbers, onions, and jalapenos. Yum. Okay, everybody's in the party. We put a lid on. We screw that sucker on. Ta-da. Now, you are going to, I'm gonna refill this. You're gonna put these, like I said, you put the lid on while they're still warm. Just make sure everybody's covered. Put the lid on while they're still warm, and then you're gonna let them sit on the countertop, carrots, sit on the countertop and completely cool. All right? So it'll probably take, I don't know, hour or so for it to completely cool. And once they're completely cool, look at the radishes. Look how pretty that is. Then you put them in the refrigerator and let them be. Let them be. Let them be. It's a state of zen. Let them be overnight at least, okay? Let them be, and then they're ready to eat. You can keep these in the refrigerator for about 3 weeks. These are not canned. Remember, we took the easy peasy route out. So we did not can, which means we didn't heat the jars, we didn't heat the lids, we didn't do any of that. And so because we did not can, these do not go in your cupboard. These do not stay out on your cabinet or your bedside table. Stores carry more the end of the summer. Yeah, but you know what, Bess? They were all on sale, and there were like a whole bunch of different kinds. And quite frankly, if you go to the craft store, they carry them too. Not just the grocery store, but the grocery stores carry them. So there you go. All right, I'm almost done with all 12 of mine. Do you see how fast that was? Had I not been sitting here chitty-chatting with you, I do have to tell you a funny story while I finish this. Oh, I forgot to show you. Look, that's the other one. Snap sugar peas. Snap sugar peas. I put some dill in there. I was thinking maybe the sweetness of the sugar pea and the zing of the vinegar would make a nice combination. We'll see. I'm not exactly certain what it's going to turn out to be, but we'll see. Anyway, so here's the funny story. Obviously, I'm telling the story and I have no pride. I have no pride because of the way I dress in front of you and all the stories that I admit in front of you. So here's the bad story. I have a little bit left. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, so here's the story I'll tell you. So yesterday I was exhausted. I didn't feel good. And good morning, Carol. I didn't feel good. I was hurting really badly. You know, the taking of the blood and taking all those, taking so long to get a draw. Really, I sat like this, basically. I'm fine the whole time. And then I went to the grocery store and I'm trying to find stuff I want and all that. Anyway, that being said, I come home, groceries get unloaded, I eat the casserole that we made yesterday, which was so good. Not to pat myself on the back, but pat. Oh, so good. And then about 4 o'clock, I'm like, I just don't feel well. I'm just going to lay down and take a nap. And so I put my CPAP machine on, and I rarely ever take a nap with my CPAP. I sleep with the CPAP every night, but I don't nap with it. Thank you, Rima. I appreciate it. And so I fall asleep. I wake up. Okay, get ready to chuckle here. I wake up and it's daylight outside. And I look at my phone and it says it's 7:15. And I said, oh no, I slept all afternoon, all night. It's 7:50, and usually I'm up between 5 and 6. And I didn't give Philip dinner. And I don't think I put the casserole away. And the dogs didn't get, and I'm in the bed, like the covers really haven't moved. I'm under the covers. I'm still in the same spot. I freak out. I get up. I turn the shower on. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get out. I get dressed. I come in. I make my bed. I put on my watch. I get my phone. Come in the kitchen. I turn on the coffee pot. Yes, I mean the whole thing. Turn on the coffee pot. I take the dogs outside. I bring the dogs in. I give them a treat. I go to the refrigerator. I get the coffee creamer. Put it next to coffee's made. I get my Polish pottery coffee mug. I put in my sweetener. I put in my coffee creamer. I pour the coffee. I go to the office where my computer is, and I sit down, and I've got 50 some odd emails. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I slept so long. And then, so I'm there for like 20 minutes. Yeah. And then my oldest daughter comes downstairs, and I start like being not nice to her. I'm like, why didn't you come get the dog last night? Why didn't you wake me up? I can't believe I slept all night long. And then I woke up late, and I got this pickling thing I got to do today. And she looks at me, lost your marbles. Mom, it's 7:40 at night. I am totally dressed, showered, and have had a cup of coffee. And only to realize it's 7:40 at night. At night. So I told Philip when he got off work, he called, and I said, you have to come home. You have to come home. That's it. I am losing my marbles. I have lost my mind. And of course, you know, Philip's smarty pants response, you can't lose something you don't have. Because that's what he always says. When I say, I think I'm losing my marbles, he'll always say, you have to have marbles before you can lose them. So that's what he said. But I was like, really? And so then, of course, I couldn't go to bed because I just had a cup of coffee and a shower at 7 o'clock at night. So I was up till 1. So then this morning I got up and it was like 6:45 and I'm like, it's Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day. Let's just get up and do it all over again. And so I did. Shower, brush my teeth, get dressed, take the dogs out, make the coffee, all over again. I know, kind of goofy. Aren't you laughing at me? I'm a silly, silly girl. So there you have it. Okay, so you're going to leave these on the refrigerator, on the countertop until they are totally cool. You want them totally cool, okay? Not like cool, man, but you know, cool temperature. All right, so let's recap what we made. Pirtle picked a peck of pickled peppers, sweet peppers. We did cucumbers, jalapeno, English cucumber, jalapeno, and dill with some garlic. We did radishes. Look how pretty that is already. The color of the radish is turning the liquid red. That is pretty. All right, and this is kind of a pretty color. Then we did the carrots, the different colored carrots, the purple, and then I put a jalapeno in there, see? The purple, the white, the yellow, and the orange carrots. So cool. We did onions, just plain old onions in there. We did sugar snap peas with some dill. And we did asparagus in there. So I have 12 of these. These are all going to totally rest till they're cool. Once they're cool to the touch, because these are very hot, you're going to put them in the refrigerator. These will last in your refrigerator for 3 weeks. Again, we did not can. We didn't boil the jars with the lid. So do not put these in your pantry. If you choose to make these as a gift for someone, put on an explanation on there. But you love me. Marbleless, right, Joanne? Bess, you've done it too. Anyway, so anyway, let them cool 3.5 weeks in your refrigerator. If you give them as a gift, attach a note that says, do not put these in your cabinet. Put them in your refrigerator, and they're good for 3 weeks. I don't think they'll last 3 weeks. I think all of this would be good, like I said, hamburgers, hot dogs, tacos, any kind of meal. You know what? My grandmother, I used to tell you guys this, every night when we sat down to a meal, there was a plate or a bowl, and she usually had vinegar and onions and cucumbers in a bowl, or she had sliced cucumbers with sour cream and salt and pepper. She always had a dish of green onions and a dish of radishes. And it was kind of like that was part of the meal. Everybody had a little bit of all this. What a great little addition to your meal. A little, wow, that's nice, right? A little zing, a little zest with whatever you're eating. They are pretty, aren't they? Carol, I bought cauliflower. I did. And then when I was doing everything this morning, I wholly forgot that I bought the cauliflower. I tell you, losing my marbles. Because it didn't fit in the crisper. I had to put it in a different crisper because it was so big and I had all this other stuff. Losing my marbles. And then the phone rang last night and it was some lady and she said she was from Benefit Services. You know, I'm like, is it from my insurance company or is this some whack? And then she says, we're offering something to all people or all Americans 70 years and older. I don't even hit 55 for another month and a half. I'm not 70. I'm not 70 yet. So she's trying to make me. So I said, put me on your do not call list, and I hung up. All right. Easy peasy recipe today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember that tomorrow is day of rest. If you're going to go out today, be a little salty. Don't be the lost shaker of salt. Be a little salty in your world. Have some zing, some zest. Get pickled, or like Joanne said, that can mean several different things, but get pickled today. And I hope you have a great day. It is Saturday. Don't forget, tomorrow's Sunday. That's Cindy's Kitchen's day of rest. No show tomorrow, but we will be back on Monday. Don't forget to go to YouTube. We are on like 90 subscribers. I think we're 10 away from 100. 10! You should subscribe if you haven't. Anyway, so we will see you tomorrow, or see you on Monday from my kitchen to your kitchen. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. And don't forget to smile and get pickled. See you Monday. Bye-bye.